Hey guys, I am 39 weeks pregnant today, still pregnant, and I feel like crap. This week has been rough. I know I've said that in the last couple of updates, but this week has honestly been the hardest week of my pregnancy so far. I have had cramps all week, all day, every day, all throughout the night too, and sometimes it wakes me up. If I kind of move around a little bit, it does help relieve it, but I just have cramps all day long, which is a good thing because that means that things are moving, but they're not super painful like I've mentioned before. They're kind of mild, but they're just really uncomfortable and they're making it hard for me to be in a good mood. So they just make me feel like crap. This weird pain started up in my leg maybe on Monday or Tuesday of this week. Started off in my right leg, but I felt it in my left leg as well here and there. And I'm not sure if it's because he's sitting on a nerve and it's like a nerve pain, or if I'm getting cramps in my legs. I haven't quite decided what the feeling is. I'm just gonna call it a weird pain in my leg. It's in the upper part of my leg. When I sit down, my belly kind of sits on that part of my leg. So I really don't know what it is, but I've been getting a weird feeling, pain, I don't know, in both of my legs. Every single morning this week, I have woken up with my right hand specifically being super swollen. For whatever reason, a couple of my fingers, it's been different fingers all week, a couple of my fingers will feel like somebody wrapped a rubber band around the bottom of my finger and they're just really swollen and tingly, and I put my hand under cold water, and after a couple of hours of being awake and moving around, then both of my hands are swollen, and they're swollen at the same level of swollenness, I guess. But when I first wake up in the morning, my right hand is huge and my left hand is kind of swollen. My doctor appointment this week went really well. The doctor checked to see that he's head down, and the baby is definitely head down at this point, and my cervix is softening, and my doctor's exact words were, "Things are progressing." So I don't know exactly what that means because he's not very specific, but things are progressing, and that means baby will be here soon. I don't know what soon means. Soon could mean tonight, it could mean tomorrow, it could mean 2 weeks from now. I have no idea. My doctor isn't really specific on that, but it's not like he could really predict it anyway. So things are looking good and they're moving in the right direction, and that's all that matters. I'm having a really hard time sleeping at night. I've been drinking chamomile tea before bed, and that kind of helps, but not always. For example, I think on Monday or Tuesday night, I had a big mug of chamomile tea and I slept fantastic for one night, and then pretty much every other night this week I am up every couple of hours, and usually I wake up around 3 or 4 o'clock and I can't get back to sleep. I just lay in bed. And so if you guys are in a different time zone and you're seeing me on Twitter and you are thinking to yourself, isn't it really early over there? Yeah, it is. Between like 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm usually on Twitter because I can't sleep. And I don't want to wake up Mike because he still has to go to work. So I'm just hanging out in my chair or in the bed, or sometimes I'll come and sit out on the couch, but I can't sleep. It's so uncomfortable. The downside to not being able to sleep at night is during the day, I'm extremely exhausted. So I do take a couple of naps throughout the day. It's still not comfortable even to sleep during the day. It's just, I'm not comfortable, period. I'm not comfortable standing, sitting, laying down, no matter what I'm doing. I'm just in that uncomfortable stage. So I've just been taking a lot of cat naps. So I sleep a couple hours at night if I'm lucky, a couple hours during the day, maybe in the afternoon, and then a couple hours in the later afternoon before Mike gets home for work, and then I go to bed. And it just starts all over again. So basically I'm taking like 3 naps throughout my 24-hour period instead of sleeping at night. I know that things are definitely progressing, like my doctor mentioned, because my hips have been very sore this week. My belly is super hard. Sometimes it's kind of hard, and other times it feels like a rock. I know that when you have Braxton Hicks, your belly can feel like a rock because your belly is contracting. I wouldn't say I've had Braxton Hicks exactly, just a lot of the cramps like I've mentioned, but my belly does get that rock hard feeling where Mike has felt it and he's like, man, it's really hard. So my belly gets really hard, especially in the afternoon, or if I've been sitting for a little while, it tends to get really hard. And my belly has definitely dropped. I mentioned it last week that it felt like it had dropped, but I think this week it's noticeable that my belly has really dropped because I can breathe a lot easier, even sitting down. Because last week I mentioned that standing up I could breathe better, but sitting down it was still squished. I'm sitting down right now and I can breathe just fine. I've been really lucky that I haven't had to deal with a whole lot of headaches throughout this pregnancy, which is great because I don't want to take anything and I can't take anything. But yesterday I had a headache all day long. I woke up with a headache probably around 1:30 in the morning, and I had a headache all throughout the day, and even throughout the night as I was sleeping, waking up, I still had that headache. So I was out running errands with my mom and I just had a headache the whole day, and I felt like crap the whole day. The last thing that's been happening this week is he's not moving as much because he has a lot less room than he used to have. But when he does move, it's kind of painful because, like I said, limited space. And so when he does move, it's like he's sticking his elbow out or his knee out or his hands or whatever, and it's just kind of sticking there. And my skin is poking out and it's kind of painful. And he moves mostly now when I eat. So when I'm eating dinner, or if I'm eating a snack, or if I'm laying down at bedtime, he tends to move. Those are kind of his times of the day when he's really awake. Yesterday I had a spinach mango smoothie and he was going berserk. He loves those spinach mango smoothies. I swear he's gonna come out green because of all the smoothies that I eat. We were joking around about that last night. He's gonna come out with Popeye muscles because he drinks all of his spinach. That's my update for this week. I can't believe I'm still pregnant. I'm definitely in that stage where I'm just over it. I'm ready to not be pregnant anymore. I'm ready for him to be here. Every night I go to bed thinking, please let this be the night. But he's not here yet. Hopefully he'll be here soon, maybe this week, maybe next week. I have no idea. Thank you guys for all of your guesses. We've been adding them to the calendar as they come in, and we still have guesses coming in. So if you want to make a guess, if you haven't already, go ahead and leave that in the comments below and we'll add it to the calendar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back a couple of vlogs from earlier this week. I believe it's titled Guess Jacob's Birthday, and you'll know what I mean. I will see you next week with either an update or a baby. Bye.